Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe now. Hit that bell button, that like button, and show me some love. Today's video is actually going to be a reaction video to my little sister's YouTube video. So yeah, if you know me, then you're probably like, what? If you don't know me, you will know me, or at least know a little bit about me here in a minute. So stay watching if you want to watch, and let's get into my video. So honestly, this is gonna be a rough video for myself, not for you viewers, but for myself. It's kind of touchy feeling, and if you know me, I'm not a crier. Like, I don't cry. I try not to cry in front of people, at least. I actually watched this video last night because I am subscribed to my sister's YouTube channel. I'm not positive if she knows I am or not, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she got the notification that I subscribed to it, right? But then again, I don't get all my notifications when someone subscribes to me either, so I don't know. But I am subscribed to her channel, and yet last night she posted a Q&A video, basically, you know, answering questions. And one particular question was asked, and the moment I heard her say it, I put my volume all the way up. And mind you, I was laying in bed. It was like 10 or 11 last night. My boyfriend was laying next to me. You know, he's halfway asleep because he goes to sleep like this. And he heard her say this. He heard her say the question, but like he didn't react to it. Like, he didn't say nothing until she started explaining herself. Okay, so the question basically was, what happened to your real dad? Okay, and you know, a lot of people have that question, what happened to your real dad? Because not a lot of people have their real dad in their life. Not a lot of people have their real mom in their life. Me growing up, my dad wasn't in my life. Like, he was a half-assed dad. Like, once he started getting really sick, he started becoming more into my life. Like, when my tia got cancer, which is his sister, when she got cancer, that's when he was really in my life. You know, like, he was always in my life. So the last time I actually seen my sisters, you know, the oldest one was like 10, the other ones were little. I can't go by numbers because I don't remember. But mind you, my sister, the oldest one, was attached to my hip. Me and her were like this. Like, I'm the oldest out of my mom and dad's kids. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. 3 sisters with my dad and their mom, and a brother with my mom and dad. I have 1 full-blooded sibling, and it's my brother Andrew. He's 18. And then I have Joshua. He's 14. I'm horrible, Mom and Sam. If you're watching this, I'm so fucking sorry. I suck at numbers. Joshua, I fucking love you. You're 14. But anyways, yeah, my brother's 14. Ignore me, brain fart. But I love my brothers to death. They're my fucking world. Like, if anything were to happen to them, I would kill somebody. Not even lying. So, anyways, and honestly, I would cut for my sisters too. As much as I want to say fuck them, I'm not gonna say that fuck them, because for one, they're still minors. Lexi is the oldest. She'll be 18 in October, but she's old enough to understand. Old enough to know, and I know she remembers half the shit, because you know what, we've talked about it. But anyways, and I say talk about it because we've talked about it. I found her on social media maybe, I want to say 3 years ago. When did my tia die? So it's been like, it's going on 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. So it's been 3 years. Damn, it's going on 3 years since my tia passed away. Anyways, So yeah, I found my sister on social media when my tia was still alive. and I found her on Instagram. So, you know, I followed her. She followed me back, and I was like, oh my god, my sister, you know, all that shit. So I was so fucking happy. I told my dad, you know, like, I found Lexi on Instagram, da-da-da-da. So, you know, I would message her, you know, being an older sister, you know, I miss my little sisters. I want to see them. I want to get to know them. I love them. I don't know them, but I love them, you know. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so let me, like, knock that shit out, because I'm not trying to cry. But basically, I remember being at my dad's house and my little sisters being over, and I remember him being on the phone with their mom, like, arguing and cussing at each other, like, my dad telling her, I'm not giving you that money, and blah, 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 blah. And I remember him saying, it was just $100. Like, all I remember is them arguing about $100. And at that time, I was like, what, 16, 15 or 16, maybe? Yeah, I was like around that age. And I remember them arguing, and I was like, what the fuck, you know, like, oh goddamn, you know, trying to get my little sisters to go in the other room because they didn't need to see that. They didn't need to hear my dad talking about that. And I remember it being over, like, daycare money. But I also remember my dad saying, you just got a whole $900 check from child support. Like, why do you need $100 cash? Like, you just got your child support. Like, why did that not pay for daycare, you know? Which makes sense. But my dad and her used to argue all the time because she liked to spend money, like shopping all the time. Or she'd spend this child support check on herself, buying herself new clothes, new shoes. I always remember her being money hungry. And me and her did not get along. Like, I was already like a teenager. I wasn't a teenager when she came in my life, but my whole childhood, like, her and my dad were together, and she, like, hated us. I guess because we weren't her kids, I don't know. But mind you, she's the one who fucked up my mom and dad's relationship, because it's complicated. It's really fucking complicated. But yeah, she didn't like us. Every time we were around, she was snobby to us. Like, she was too good, like, goody two shoes. Like, if you see her now, you'll be like, damn, she's stuck up. My little sisters were stuck up. Everyone I know that knows my sisters, because every time I see someone that around their age, I ask them if they know them, and they'll be like, yeah, I know them. They're preppy, they're stuck up, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, typical, just like their mama. Okay, so, you know, my 15 comes around. I invite them. Hadn't seen them in maybe like 2 or 3 years already. My dad hadn't seen them. You know, my dad and my stepmom, not their mom, but another stepmom I had. Actually, the only one I actually liked, because she actually cared for us and treated us like her own. They're not together no more, but appreciate you, Esther. You real. But, yeah, she, oh, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna. Esther literally helped pay for my 15. Like, she did all the decorating. Like, you so real, my nigga, you so real. But my sisters, like, I literally personally messaged their mom, my sister's mom, asking if they could go to my 15. And, you know, I hated her fucking guts. So it took me a whole lot of effort to message her nicely, in the nicest way I could, and I did. It was like a long paragraph saying I miss them, and I wish they could come to my 15 if she would please allow them to, and blah, 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 blah. She actually responded. Not what I wanted her to respond, but she responded, and she said, I'm sorry, mija, I hope you have fun, but me and your dad, I don't even remember, honestly, but, you know, like, they cannot go, basically. And it's always been about her and my dad. She would do anything to get my dad in trouble. I remember being little and getting called into CPS me and my brother Andrew and my little sisters, all getting questioned, asking if our dad had ever put his hands on us in any way. My dad never even spanked us. I think my dad spanked me one time that I can remember when I was like 5, when him and my mom were still together. I was like 4 or 5. He spanked me with a belt. I remember. Don't know how I remember, but I remember. But that's literally the only time my dad has ever put his hands on me in any way. He's never even spanked my brother. They were questioning us, asking if our dad had ever touched us anyway, anything like that. Of course I said no. My dad would never do that to me, ever. As much as I hate the dude at the time, I don't hate him now. I love my dad, but I still hold grudges, not gonna lie, because my childhood was fucked up. I didn't have a father figure other than my stepdad. My stepdad has been in my life since I was like 5 or 6. And he's still here. I love my stepdad. When I was younger, I hated him because I didn't want another father figure. I wanted my father. But now that I'm older, it's like, damn, I wish I was different when I was a kid, you know? Like, my stepdad has done everything for my mom. He's done everything for my brother, Andrew. Like, he raised my brother, Andrew, basically. When my brother, Andrew, was little, my dad didn't even want to be around him because of my sister's mom. Like, she didn't like him. He was a baby. I don't know, but she didn't like him. She didn't like us. But, yeah, the CPS questioned us, and they ended up dropping the case. Why? Because my dad didn't do shit. My little sisters even said he never done anything to them. You know, like, CPS is not going to drop a case if something's actually happened. They go off what the child says, and all of them said nothing. Well, the 2 younger ones, I don't remember exactly what happened with them, but Lexi did get questioned, and she said my dad would never do that to me. That's why they dropped it, because she was the main concern. But get this. So before the whole CPS thing happened, my little sister, see, I wasn't there, but I know my grandma's told me, Esther's told me, my dad's told me. Before the whole CPS thing happened, my little sisters had moved to Carrollton with their mom and I guess her boyfriend or whoever it was at the time. My little sisters came over, and I think my dad was living in Balch Springs at the time, him and Esther, and they had like a trailer, and my little sisters were over there, and my little sister Lexi kept complaining that her back was hurting. And you know, she didn't say nothing to my dad, you know, she never said anything, but she said it to my stepmom, Esther. And Esther looked at her back, and there was like a soccer ball imprint on her back, like someone kicked the ball and hit her. Okay, so I guess Esther took my sister into the room with my dad and told her what Lexi had told her. And apparently their mom's boyfriend had threw a soccer ball or kicked a soccer ball and hit my sister in the back. And sorry, let me bleep that out. Their mom told her not to tell my dad, I guess, that happened. So my little sister was scared of her mom. Like, anything her mom told her not to say to my dad, she wouldn't say. And if she did and my dad mentioned it to her mom would look at my sister like with the evil look, and my little sister already knew she was finna get her ass beat, you know, type shit. Like, okay, so when that soccer ball thing happened, my dad did bring it up to her. She came to the door to pick up my sisters, and this was at my dad's or my grandma's house. He told her what happened, like what Lexi said, and the imprint that was on her back, you know, was basically proof. And my dad said Sharon looked back at Lexi like, what the fuck did you tell him, type shit. And he said that Lexi's reaction said it all. Like, that's when he knew that she was scared of Sharon. I don't even give a fuck if I say her name anymore. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the video right here, let you guys watch it, and yeah.
Even talk about this because it's really personal, but since they asked, I guess I'll say. What happened to your real dad? Well, my real dad is not in my life for many reasons. I used to cry about explaining this to people all the time. Well, I mean, I've only told a few people, but my real dad actually, when I would stay at his house, he would abuse me. And that was that. I'm not gonna go into details because that is irrelevant, but he is not in my life, and I thank God every day for the real dad that God has placed me with, because without him, I don't know what I would do. My stepdad treats me better than anybody. He shows me what a man is supposed to be like. My real dad didn't do that. He many times he would call, or I would call him and for trouble or whatever, like if I needed him, and he would say he would come, and he never showed up. So he's just not in my life anymore. And I thank God for replacing him with my stepdad, because I love my stepdad and he's awesome. Okay, anyways, I think I'm done with the questions.
Okay, so for one, sorry y'all, I'm outside, it's fucking cold. Okay, so for one, I sit here and I messaged my sister about how her mom claimed my dad touched her like 3 years ago when my tia was passing away. I told them to come to the hospital when my tia was dying. They said they were gonna come. They came the day before she died. Well, they came midnight, so they came the day she died at midnight. So it was Sunday going into Monday at midnight, and left because my other tias told them, you know, she's asleep, she can't wake up, she's knocked out, come back tomorrow, Monday. She's like, okay, we'll come back in the morning. They never came back. She died that night, the Monday night. It's fucked up, man. It's real fucked up. But I don't understand, because when I told my sister about what apparently my dad did to her, I was like, I don't even know if you remember going to CPS when you were little, but your mom tried to say dad touched your boobs when you were little. And she was like, what the fuck? My dad would never do that to me. I took screenshots of the conversation and everything, but I had got a new phone and I lost it all. So I don't have it right now, or else I'd pin it up in here in the video, but I don't have them anymore. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, she knows she said that. She knows the truth. But the fact that she sat here and made a video saying my dad did this to her, it hurts. Not just to him, but like me. Like you like distance yourself from me when we could have been close. I could have been there for you. I would be here for you. I will be here for you. But instead you listen to your mom. I know she's your mom, but it's all a lie. So Andrew, how do you feel about Lexi's video?
It's bullshit.
Do you believe it?
Nope.
It's bullshit. I'm making this video a day after I made the rest of the video, so that's why I got my hair done and had different clothes, you know. So basically, I'm only making this video for the simple fact my sister really had the audacity to upload this video to YouTube and shit on my dad the way she did for no reason. Like, she literally had no reason to say all that bullshit. Like, the part where she says that he was never there when she called him and she needed him, that was true, because I can vouch for that, because he did the same shit to me. Like, the times he wasn't there for me, he was there for her and my other 2 sisters. So, you know, he kind of switched up. Not on them, but like, when he wasn't there for me and my brother, he was there for them. When he wasn't there for them, he's been there for us. So like, I don't know why he did that, but he did. But as in her having the audacity to say my dad sexually assaulted her or abused her, that's fucking bullshit. My dad would never fucking do that, like ever. And she's only saying that because her mom told her that's what happened. And get this, my dad got a felony charge when we were younger because him and their mom, my sister's mom, were fighting, and my dad threw a book and it hit my sister Lexi, the one that uploaded the video. It hit her, so Sharon, her mom, called the cops about it. He ended up going to jail because he did hit my sister. Not purposely, it was meant for Sharon. I don't even know if it was meant for Sharon, but he threw the damn book. Sorry, I'm trying to parallel park and I fucking can't. But yeah, so that happened and he got a felony charge for it. So my assumption is she's turning that felony charge and making it sound like he sexually assaulted my sister, letting her, like, that's what she's telling my sister that he did to her. She doesn't even remember that. When I told her like 2 or 3 years ago before my tia passed away that her mom was sitting here saying that he touched her boobs, you know what she told me? She was like, that's bullshit. My dad would never do that to me. That's exactly what she told me. And I was like, exactly. So you know your dad did not do that to you, right? And she was like, yeah, like he's never done that to me. Exactly. So why now do you believe that he did? Like, what did she tell you that made you believe that he did that to you? Like, what made you switch scripts and say he did do that? Like, I don't understand. You do not claim to be raped, molested, or anything like that when it's not fucking true. That is not something you play about. Like, that is not a game. And the fact that your mom wants to throw it around like it is a game, and then you want to agree and put it out there on social media, like, what the fuck? If he would have did that to you, he would have did it to me. He would have did it to Elise, to Isabella, but no, he didn't. My dad would never do that. It doesn't make sense to me.